Hey everybody, welcome to AJS News. This is video 2 of 2 for today.
But first, a brand new word from our sponsors. We have brand new pro versions of the Extra Wallet out,
Bigger,
guys.
better.
All metal, lifetime warranty.
Lifetime warranty. Check out the discount down below. They support the Angry Joe Show. Every purchase helps us as well. Thank you so much for considering it. In AJS News, just like the first video, I got so much, hundreds of hours of footage for KCD2. That is going to be a lengthy editing and review process, so it's beginning this week. And thank you so much for your patience there. I know there's really a lot of video games coming out, and video games that were on my top 10 most anticipated list, which never got to. So we might need to put a top 10. I know it might be too late for that. But yeah, so we're working hard on it. So give us some time and patience on those angry reviews. They're coming. In the meantime, we will be putting out additional videos for little games here and there that we've played over the weekend and over the week with betas and things like that. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and let's figure out what the hell else has been going on in gaming news. Alex, tell us, what do we not know?
George R.R. Martin says there's talk of an Elden Ring movie because every video game is getting movies now. I don't know.
Well, that would be so hard to do,
It's
though.
going to be
so
weird.
esoteric, so dark, so...
Get Guillermo?
Who would you get to put butts in the seat? You know, the generic, movie companies would be like, we need to get
The Rock.
Scarlett Johansson because they got her. The Rock, yeah. Oh, please, no.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart, there you go. Because that worked out so well last time, Joe.
When none of them would be good as Handsome Squidward, which I had you guys play in the DLC. So
That is amazing.
That's who you need to cast.
Okay, well,
That would be,
Jesus.
yeah, I would like to see something like that.
I'd be for it, but it would be difficult.
It'd be very
It
tough
is.
to do a movie and not a series.
So I don't believe it's
Yeah.
ever coming out.
Yeah, and then he also said that he might not be involved because he's got other things he's got to be working on.
This book,
Yeah,
finished
Con
it?
appearances,
you called it, right?
new spinoffs.
over 10 years ago, I was like, there's no reason for him to finish this book, and I don't think he's going to finish
They
it.
called you crazy.
Yeah. So.
No, there were so many people that believe this, that harass this man every day, and I'm sorry, but a lot of it is self-inflicted wounds. But he says here that he can't do that because what?
He's
He's got a book to write.
Yeah.
Did he mention specifically that he has to finish this shit?
He says he's a few years behind my latest book, so it also limits the amount of things I can do.
And then the book comes out, and it's like kissing the cook with George R.R. Martin. It's like,
It's
what?
not done.
You got a cookbook of all the recipes of Game of Thrones. What the fuck?
I just hope if he puts out a book, I just hope it's a book that nothing really happens, and then it's the next book. He's like, no,
That's what I was thinking.
Winds of Winter Part 2 is the
It's stalling?
Yeah, it's just stalling for.
Just pages of and then
Who has the greatest story? I don't know. Find out in the next book.
oh man.
Well,
Our lifetime. This is going to be an interesting thing. His lifetime. We're going to find out whether. All right. Well, prediction time. Pulling up the prediction document. News predictions. We have Star Wars for the War, Star Citizen, next Halo debut, Gears of War, Superman box office. Now I'm adding. What is the Winds of Winter? Mm-hmm. Winds of Winter.
never.
What?
Never. Put me down
What
for
is
never.
Really? You think never?
By him, never.
I'm asking you, Joe. You want to do never?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna take within the next 5. I'm gonna take 5 years. Alex, what are you doing?
I don't know if I have a year prediction. I just don't think he himself is finishing it.
That's what I said.
So never.
Well, I think he's going to leave notes for Sanderson to finish it for him.
Okay.
And you're in his position, you're in a lose-lose situation. You can't wrap this up where every single fan's going to be happy. They've built it into their mind how they want it to end.
So he's just gonna
you're
give
gonna
up?
piss off. Well, what you do is you release it the way that you want to, but you
But somebody else.
make sure that someone else releases it and you have to do it after you're dead.
Oh, jeez. That's very clever.
And
I don't think
he's got all of the money and he doesn't need any more, and he doesn't need to, like, it'll be finished, and it'll be finished in the way that he wants, but I don't know.
posthumous with the post-death with different author.
Yeah. I'm calling my shot, too. Brandon Sanderson is who I'm thinking is going to fix it. But
Okay.
Who is
Look at
it?
this guy.
Sanderson.
Sanders.
The Sanderson sisters.
Or Rothfuss, since he's not working on his third book. Asshole.
I think I'm being pretty generous by giving you 5
5
years,
years.
since you've already had, a decade.
Yeah. That's a long time. 5 years, yeah.
He's gonna be busy with the movie.
A more cool one would be like 3 years, but I don't want to risk it.
Nah, he's gonna be too busy. Elden Ring movie.
Elden Ring movie, yeah.
Yeah.
I do think within 3, but
I mean, it's a good sign that he's constantly bringing up the book. It would be one of those things that if he is going to do what I think he's going to do, he may not even mention the book.
oh, you know what's a better thing to do? Which one comes out first, his book or Elden Ring movie? That's tough.
It would probably take them 3 years at the quickest to make an Elden Ring movie.
Yeah, I think it would be 5 years. No, I'm not writing that one down, but I want to hear what you'll have to think. Movie first before book?
I don't think a movie. I think it'll be a series.
I think book before movie.
I think Amazon will pay for a series or something.
Yeah.
Just buying everything. Amazon just
If
bought.
there's a cartoon series in it, that'll come out a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It completely unrelated, not even written down news. You see, Amazon bought James Bond. Like they're going to be in control.
Oh yeah, yeah, and there was like polls on who do you want to be,
Henry
007.
Cavill.
Internet polls is exactly how Amazon
Henry
is going to want
crushed.
to cast people.
Crush the poll.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or your favorite Tom?
Tom Holland.
Holland or Hiddleston?
Tom who?
Holland.
Oh my God.
He can't be 007.
Alex, are you stupid?
He will be
Why would you want Tom Holland?
0057.
What's wrong with
He's
you?
not 007.
5'6". Be more percent. That's,
Is he 5'6"?
I don't know.
Yeah. No, absolutely not. If there's going to be a Tom, Hiddleston makes sense, not Holland. No.
Stop
No.
it.
Stop it.
Choice.
Stop it. All right. Niantic, the people who own Pokemon Go, reportedly in talks to sell it to Saudi Arabia.
Big money right there.
$3.5 billion with
Yeah.
Scopely, which is a Saudi company, owns Pokemon Go, or Monopoly Go. So they're just trying
bank.
to...
How can they do that? I mean, they don't even own the license. What about the Pokemon company? What about Nintendo? This is weird. Aren't they already a sub-licenser?
I imagine so, but they probably have the ability... I mean, when you make that much money for the
Weird.
Pokemon company, probably like, hey, I'm
They're like, hey, we made a lot of money and we're tired of doing this. Does any other company want to do this? And then I guess Saudi Arabia's like, we do.
Yeah, and so we've talked a lot about the Saudi Arabia getting more interested in video games. They're public fund, just Saudi companies looking to gobble up anything they possibly can, especially these kind of blue chip. I mean, Pokemon's not going anywhere. It's still one of the biggest brands in the entire world. Everyone knows what a Pikachu is. Your grandma knows what a Pikachu is, or at least has heard of one. And so, like that's a brand that people are after. So,
It is.
I guess we'll let you know if it looks like things are going to
sale
sell.
goes
But
through
$3.5 billion just to be sub-licensors is a lot.
Woo-wee.
Just makes you realize how much money they're making on fucking Monopoly Go.
Oh, yeah. Billions. I mean, we know
That commercial alone probably cost them a fucking
a
ton.
ton of money, but
Yeah, Chris Pratt and other people in it.
Momoa and someone else, yeah. Hasbro is looking to use their IPs and get more people making stuff with them, so they're going to be working with Saber Interactive, the company that brought Space Marine 2.
Yeah.
And so they actually got the Saber to commit the Space Marine 2 team. So not one of their smaller satellite groups or their lesser known, but like the actual Space Marine 2 team is going to be working on a game using the Swarm tech for a Hasbro IP.
It's gonna be
Hang
G.I.
on, Joe. What's your best? Go
G.I.
ahead.
Joe with
What's your
that
best?
weird Cobra mech. The
Oh
piñata.
my God, the fucking side scrolling that Joe was so disrespectful. We're doing punching and
This
kicking.
motherfucker
and
comes
all of
in,
a
I start
sudden this
laughing.
thing
I'm like,
comes
what is this?
It's like, Joe,
Let's see if I can find it.
That's bullying.
that is bullying.
That thing was funny. It was not menacing at all.
Hasbro, let's see. Well, they already have a bunch of Dungeons and Dragons games in.
Invoke is the creators of D&D Dark Alliance, one of the greatest games that we
God.
ever played.
No.
Shit
So what is
armor.
the other licenses?
Transformers.
Transformers
but they
could be
just-
it with the swarm technology.
But they just canceled one
They
of them,
did.
right?
They canceled Transformers Reactivate, but maybe
Yeah.
that's why they canceled it, Joe, because they're like, we already have this other one we're working on with the swarm technology.
I just don't see how the swarm technology is
So-
going to work for like a full length. I mean, maybe a level of Transformers, but like the whole game.
Yeah, no, it's just a little bit of it, but we're just trying to guess on the IPs.
else
This
they
guy
got?
thinks Risk. That's a joke. A fucking cover shooter for Risk.
They're too risky.
Transformers makes a lot of sense.
yeah, I
My
think
Little Pony. I think they own My Little Pony.
What?
I think.
Swarm technology.
Bronies.
Yeah,
Saber
they're having to
Interactive.
beat off.
Oh,
No,
God.
not beat
I-
off.
Wait a minute.
hey,
What are
Wait.
you talking
Wait,
about?
wait.
I think I would love, fucking, colored lasers in G.I. Joe with a Space Marine 2 kind of thing. But I think it's leaning more towards Transformers. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest one.
I think the problem is I hate Hasbro so fucking much that I don't care that Saber's working on it, and I
just think it's gonna be-
fuck this game.
So there's several video game tie-ins already in the works, including Dungeons and Dragons from Invoke, like you said, the creators of the Dark Alliance. A G.I. Joe game is already being made by Atomic Arcade, and
Oh, no.
an Exodus game from Archetype Studios. What is Exodus? I don't know that license. For Exodus from Archetype Studios, Alex, founded by BioWare veteran and Knights of the Old Republic lead designer James Olin. That seems interesting. But so far, there's been the omission of Transformers with the recent cancellation of Transformers Reactivated. So, yeah, if I had to bet, I would put the majority of the money as 70-30. 70% Transformers game, 30% G.I. Joe game from Saber Interactive.
Yeah, I would think Transformers too.
Yeah.
Out of that list, that's more popular besides My Little Pony.
Yeah, that
What
was
about
a bad guess.
Power Rangers would be another.
I was thinking, but is
weird
that
one. It is.
It is.
They're under their umbrella. Mr. Potato Head.
Not gonna happen.
Exodus was that new AAA science fiction action adventure role playing game. And had that CGI
GoBots?
trailer of in
Micro Machines.
Like, I love Power Rangers,
Micro
but they don't have any
Machines.
fucking good games.
used to play the hell
No
out of
good
that with a
games.
little tank and the little
Or Nerf.
infantry.
You already
Nerf or
played
nothing. Nerf Legends.
Nerf Legends.
World
Legends.
champion Alex, #1 on Nerf Legends. I'm coming after you.
We'll talk about other video games that didn't go so well. Hey, Civ 7. Hey, remember I told you should not buy Civ 7, and you should probably wait on it. And
Turns out you were right.
other people are agreeing with me as well because Civ 6 is still beating Civ 7
Wow.
in daily player numbers.
Yeah.
And it's just because Civ 7 came out and it isn't done, and they're going to sell you a bunch of stuff that
$70.
later. Oh yeah, it's $70. Plus, there's going to be all sorts of DLCs to flesh out the game to get it up to par with the previous ones.
Yeah, if they had not fucked up on the UI, if maybe there's been complaints about the age change, but it is so late into the game, it gives something somewhat interesting, so I could get over the age change stuff. But if they had not done the age change and did something a little bit more where the players want, then I think this could be huge because it's so beautiful. I actually went back to Civ 6 and Civ 5. It's kind of rough. It's like the cities look awful and the graphics are not very good. And it's like, oh, the music is so beautiful. And I like Gwendolyn Christie. And I like some of the elements of Civ 7 is very high, is 8, 9, 10. But then you mar it with, 3, 4, 2 UI and some design decisions. So I have hopes that maybe they're going to, reflect and go in and upgrade and fix things, because I do think that ultimately Civ 7 is, I want to play it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait at least 6 months.
I was about to say that. I was like, I'm gonna wait till a lot of this stuff gets patched, or I have a lot of games that I need to play through.
Yeah,
Even
and
Yakuza right now.
There's nothing
so
wrong with going back to Civ 4, Civ 5, Civ 6.
I'll wait
like
for a sale
Yeah,
or
and then
something.
wait for it on sale. Wait for you can get it with a bunch of the DLCs. That
Yeah.
May. That's
Missing
the
civs.
other problem I have is if some of the fixes
Yeah.
are hidden behind some of the DLCs, we riot.
Right.
You raise the price of the hot dogs, we riot. You raise the price of
Yeah.
The tease.
Roasted chicken, I will fight you.
fight you. Seriously, the roast chicken's so good. So good. All right. OJ news. Always interesting when we
Wait. I can't believe that it just ends the game at the end of the modern age.
Oh yeah, that was
There's
the thing.
no one more turn option. Once
Yeah.
you mentioned it was like 1940s or something, and I was like, oh, okay, so the technology stagnates and you keep playing. No, it ends.
Yeah, it's gonna be. You don't think they're gonna fix it in
Wait,
DLC,
what?
right?
What the fuck? Anyway, sorry. It just blows my mind. It's so weird because it feels like, Civ, you got to go and look to see what was successful before, and they just like ignored all that stuff. Especially with UI, they fired the UI guy. When is the guy gonna come out? When is Jason Schreier? I need some behind the scenes stuff here. Who got fired, and who thought they were a genius and wanted to change a bunch of stuff? Anyways,
So their first DLC is early March. Second DLC late March.
For
the
what?
Crossroads of the World collection DLC 1 is early March. The second one
are
is
you
late
serious?
March.
This just takes all the fucking hype and steam out of it. That we know something's around the corner. Come on, buy this. It's like, but the game just came out. It's shit. Fix it.
And then the third DLC will be coming out as soon as April, but could be later in the year as well.
I don't know if all those are paid. Hopefully, they make one or two free.
Well, there's major updates scheduled, and I think that these
Major
are
updates.
paid DLCs.
Okay.
So I think that's when you want your game to not end. You owe me $40. What do you think the DLC is going to cost? Do we know?
I don't know. I don't know what the history of it is, but yeah, I don't think I'm even going to consider it until around May. By then, they should have all the patches and some DLC in there. But it's like, ugh, because that one more turn itch is there with me. Like, I can't believe there's a Civ out and we're ignoring it. It's just so weird.
If you got an itch that won't go away, tough acting, boom.
Okay, Madden.
Yeah. All right, back to OJ news.
OJ news.
What did I do?
OJ wanted Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and you fucking get it. And you got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's in Call of Duty now. Thanks, OJ.
It is.
Did he fucking predict that?
He said
I
he
don't remember.
wants. He always
So-
says he wants.
Yeah,
to play
I want a
the
Ninja Turtles.
well,
Oh,
you-
Mikey's the best one. How
better-
much is it gonna cost me, Alex?
$20
for Mikey.
$20.
80 for all of them.
I haven't played in forever. I don't know.
Fuck no.
90.
$80.
think
Like
it's
that's
90
like
for all of them.
multiple games. No.
If you want the other
90.
if you want the full cosmetic packs, it is $90 because there's an additional $10.
Is there like foot soldiers?
Um,
Because I see in the background they got their arms folded. The ninja. They need somebody to fight in the videos,
Shredder.
and so they had.
But that,
They
I
had.
think they had Shredder, right?
Oh, they already did Shredder.
Yeah.
They already did.
Yeah, so you can find him.
with guns, just like it.
But it is the cool fucking movie versions.
And they all
of
look
the
different,
Turtles.
right?
Well,
do you
they
mean?
have different colored
They
armbands.
try to make
and-
them distinct.
Yeah, but no, they are recolors. And so looking at them side by side, you look at the armband and you're like, oh, it's exactly the same armband. You just made it a different color. Oh, it's exactly the same formations on the shell. You just made it a different color. Now, some of them do have one as a belt.
I thought they would do like different textures on their
Yeah.
bodies.
I thought they were going to as well, and then I pulled them up side by side and
Son of a
compared them, and
bitch.
they're not. And so
What the
Paying for color.
lazy
$20
motherfucker.
Son.
$20 for skin is on par with what Call of Duty does. The problem that I have with it is because these are pretty much just recolors. Charging, there should have been like a $50 pack to get everything, and instead it's a $90 pack.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know.
Well, Joe, do you want to force us to play, or since this was something that you wanted, you gonna play it on Misadventures at some point?
I don't know.
$20.
You asked for it, Joe, and now that it's
I'm
there,
busy
you're going,
right now playing other games. I just spent my money on Yakuza.
Yeah. Okay. Good choice.
Good
I
choice.
would take Yakuza over fucking
$90
Ninja
for
Turtles
the pack,
skins.
or It'd be cheaper for Yakuza and a lot more gameplay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Casey Jones. No, not yet.
No, the wrong kind of game for me to like run around and shoot people with guns.
Just haven't had the urge to go back in and play.
Yeah, it's weird. It is weird. Because we used to be on that shit, Warzone 1.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you just grow out of things, or they do stuff that you don't like to the point where it's just like you're not going to do it. We have such a glut of games, like getting us back to stuff that's just like okay, it's not going to cut it.
Not going to cut it. I'd rather play Monster Hunter Wilds. Use that time to play Monster Hunter. Use that time to
Assassin's Creed.
Get into Yakuza. Yeah.
We'll see.
Be excited.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I'm not excited.
I mean, this is something I did ask for. Assassin's Creed in Japan. But I was asking for it 10 years ago.
But you should have said good. You forgot to say good. Can you make me a good Assassin's Creed in Japan?
Maybe it is good. We don't know. It's not out yet.
Okay, well then I want to change mine. A good dinosaur caveman one.
Oh, nice. Yeah, because Joe hasn't had his made yet. I got mine, the Japan. Joe wants prehistoric Assassin's Creed with dinosaurs.
Good.
That you could do the fucking Fred Flintstone sliding on the fucking brontosaurus, right? That's the only thing I think
fucking
of.
sweet.
So that's the new diving. You go off of his head, and then you go into some hay. Or you go into a big pile of shit, like in Jurassic Park. Make it, Ubisoft.
A good one.
You'll sell millions. And I ain't joking.
Still,
I mean,
100.
it would have to be in the jungle.
100.
Because there's no buildings in the prehistoric things. So the parkour would be in the canopies.
Yeah.
Swinging on the vines.
Yeah.
Like Indiana Jones.
Could potentially work.
It's so good. You need to check it out. Crystal Skull.
I need to check that one out. Yeah, I will. I'll put it on my
Shia
list.
LaBeouf.
Yeah. All right. You tell me about Obsidian and their ridiculous claims.
Yeah, so the CEO says, we revealed it. We are half the size of many other AAA studios. This is true after they prepare to launch its 4th game in 5 years. Holy shit. If you're half the size and you're putting out 4 games in 5 years, you're doing pretty good. Or your guys are working overtime, or you're cutting corners, or you've got a template that's pretty nice. But they have grown. You know, Obsidian has grown to nearly 300 employees. However you consider, that's kind of small in the AAA space. When we came on with Xbox, we were 170, 180 people. And through the course of the last 5 or 6, we've not only grown to about 285, but we have a lot of good co-dev partners with Heavy Iron and Beamdog. So just for comparison, so you're 285. What are some of the other big developers? Here we go. Joe, how many people do you think Bungie has?
I saw it.
You son of a bitch. Alex, how many people do you think Bungie has?
I read all the articles,
Stop
man.
cheating.
What do you mean? It's my job to read all the articles.
Okay, how many people does Bethesda have?
450.
700.
You fucking asshole. It has 450.
Damn it. Plus.
Okay, Bungie has
Missed it.
850. CD Projekt Red has 615. Larian Studios, the one we like, has 470. Insomniac 450. Naughty Dog 400 plus. Valve only has 336. Santa Monica Sony 250, so a little smaller. BioWare fewer than 100. Down from over 200 plus. Yeah. And that just shows you what EA does. What EA does to fucking companies.
Why does the last one say negative 70?
And the last one is EA. That's about negative 70, Joe.
It's negative 70.
You're getting old in my eyes. It's negative like, 70 damn. Employees.
They're dead,
ZAUM. I don't know who ZAUM is.
Disco Elysium.
Disco Elysium, okay. Negative 70 employees.
Yeah. I don't know what the whole point of this is. Like, hey, the reason that we put out a
bragging,
game that,
I guess.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you know how we put out all these games really fast? It's like, yeah. You know how our games don't feel like they're actually done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's playing over
we don't have very many employees. It's like, why are we bragging about this?
Yeah. I played over the weekend of
So,
Valve.
so was it supposed to be a brag, or was it supposed to be an excuse?
It's
for...
an excuse, but he also added, well, we also put out a bunch of games. It's like, if you're putting out a bunch of games and they're not feeling like they're finished,
That's on you.
that's a you
Yeah.
thing. That's not a me thing. Now, fortunately, I didn't pay any money outside of my Game Pass subscription.
Exactly.
But Avowed is fucking puddle. It is puddle deep. It is so shallow.
I
Their
don't care
systems
about-
are not
Don't
done.
care about
Opinions.
anything. The enemies are kind of boring to fight. The
There's
combat's
only
fun.
like 7
and
enemies in the
exploration
entire
is
game.
all right.
You fight bears the entire
Oh,
goddamn
God,
time.
Dan, please don't tell me
This is-
that. I can already see some good
Casting.
parodies. We're going to put this guy in a bear costume, and instead of
only
me
we had
kissing him,
one.
I'm going to be beating his fucking ass.
Yeah, you're gonna fight the same dudes over and over and over and over again. And look, it's fine. I'm not saying it's bad. I've had an okay time playing it.
Yeah,
but
I'm
it's
at
like you're
average.
Obsidian, man. Like I'm used to better recently, even with Outer Worlds and stuff. Like this did not feel like you finished.
Yeah. So they released 3 games since 2020. That's Grounded, which Alex fucking hated.
Never played it. Fucking hated it.
Pentiment. Yeah, he just hated it before he played it because he couldn't play it because the game refused to allow him to play it. Pentiment.
Speaks to its
Do you
quality.
even remember Pentiment? No. And now Avowed. And then they've got a 4th, Outer Worlds 2, due by the end of the year.
Yeah.
So
It needed longer in the oven, my friends, and
Yeah.
I'm glad people are enjoying it. Especially the price is right, free with Game Pass.
the best one might be Pentiment. Pentiment. If you're a medieval aficionado, people are going crazy over KCD2 and Pentiment. So it's like a 2D version almost of all
Oh,
that stuff.
yeah.
Brilliant murder
Doxis-
mystery that
Doxis
understands
Destiny.
class, community, getting 9s across the board. So okay, good on them. Good on that. But yeah, this is beautifully written narrative game that makes masterful use of its setting.
I'm of the opinion that when you work for a $1 trillion company, you should be able to ask for more employees so that the games that you put out feel like they're finished. That's just me.
Yeah.
But I'm pro-consumer. You anti-consumer fucks may be like, hey, you're a pay pig and you get what we serve you. And I'm not like that. I
get
think
what you
that when
get.
you pay fucking money, you should get a fully fleshed out good game.
Yep.
And Obsidian did not deliver that.
So far, but Pentiment, excellent. Grounded, mixed. Avowed, I hear mixed. Probably on the lower side. Maybe they'll hit one with the Outer Worlds 2, since they've done all the work already on Outer Worlds 1.
Yeah.
Kind of figured out what they need, what people are asking for. So the Outer Worlds 2 could be the version that they meant for.
Let's hope so.
And I think they need to put a lot of emphasis on living, breathing worlds. So giving your NPCs activities and cycle and
Yeah,
day night and this,
exactly.
not just standing there and getting punched
Yeah.
in the face as they do nothing.
Hey, are you stealing from me?
It's 2025.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Actually, they don't even respond
Yeah,
when
no,
you steal
the
from them.
town just feels so empty. Like they're just at their post and you're just chilling doing
Did you
nothing.
know in
It's
KCD2
cool.
you throw a bunch of shit on the ground, the fucking NPCs will come and start picking it up.
They're-
And lords will pick up the fancier stuff and leave just the bread and crap there.
There's a butcher that I beat his ass and I knock him out and then I rob his shop and I put all of his meat in the street and give it to the people as often as I possibly can because he's a dick. And you guys know what I'm talking about. And you should do the same
Jeez.
thing. It's really fun. You just beat him up and you can throw him in
Beat
a
his
dung
ass.
pile. You carry him to a dung pile and then you loot his store and you put all of the stuff in the street and then you're feeding the people. You're
Yeah.
like Robin Hood.
Nice.
It's just so different coming from that to this.
Yeah.
You definitely tell.
But OJ, comparison is the thief of joy. So you just turn your brain off and you can enjoy everything that you play because you just don't use your brain.
But
Yeah. All right. Find anything else?
No.
All right. Well, guys, go to Exter. Click those links down
Yep.
below. Brand new wallet, all metal,
Lifetime.
guarantee, and up to 40% off if you enter AJS into the little discount bar right there.
All right, guys, plenty more coming. This week is busy work week, so thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.